Hi, everybody. Welcome to the News OK Planet 46 Comics Podcast. I'm Matt Price. I'm here with Kyle Roberts. Kyle, what's going on this week?
We've got some Golden Age comics that sold for $3.5 million. Some Doctor Who news, and Valiant Comics reward their subscribers. All that and more this week on the Planet 46 Comic Show. So yeah, it's awesome. We got a lot of comics that sold for a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. The first one, of course, was Action Comics #1, which introduced the world of Superman. Sold for about $299,000 Wednesday at an auction in Dallas. It was part of a lot of recently found comics that went for more than $3.5 million overall.
That's pretty awesome. And that leads us to our question of the day. If you could have one comic book, first edition, original copy, what would it be?
Yeah, good question. Would it be the first Batman, first Superman,
X-Men
first Spider-Man?
#1 maybe?
X-Men #1 would be nice. Captain America #1. Any of those would be cool.
Let us know in the comments below.
Also at the auction, a copy of Detective Comics #27, which sold for 10 cents in 1939. Got the top bid of $523,000, so that's a pretty good markup. Yeah. Michael Rohrer found the collection that belonged to his great uncle Billy Wright when cleaning out his late great aunt's home in Virginia. He found the neatly stacked comics in a basement. And his uncle had died in 1994.
So it's been there for almost 20 years, just kind of hanging out. No one knew anything about it.
Yeah, unbeknownst to most of his family, Wright had held on to his boyhood comics dating back to 1938.
That's an amazing story right there. Okay, let's go on to topic number 2. For Doctor Who fans out there, new season is a-brewing.
Yeah, that's right. Filming is underway for the new season. Season 7 since the relaunch of BBC's America's highest rated series, Doctor Who. This season, we'll see the last of the Pawns. Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill will return for their final voyage with the Doctor. They've been on the show for more than 2 seasons, but this is it for them this season. Karen Gillan, who plays Amy Pond, says she is glad to be back on the TARDIS for their craziest adventures yet, but they will move on at the end of this season. New guest stars will include David Bradley, Rupert Graves, and Mark Williams.
That's cool, and let's move on to the next topic. Valiant Comic, they reward their subscribers.
That's right, Valiant, which is coming back. They were big in the 90s. They're coming back. They've announced a variant cover for the Oklahoman War series, which debuts on May 2nd. The only way to get this pull box exclusive variant by Carrie Nord is to sign up on your pull list at your local comic shop. Go in and say, I want the Oklahoman War #1 pull box variant. This is a program they've designed to encourage fans to open pull lists at their local comic shop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, in fact, Fred Pierce, the publisher, said we're committed to getting as many fans of Valiant's original incarnation as possible back into brick and mortar comic shops on May 2nd for Oklahoman War #1.
Cool. You know what? Let's get into the review file.
Very cool.
Okay, first up, we got Batman Dark Knight #6.
This is part of the New 52. You've got David Finch's series he's working on with Paul Jenkins and Joe Harris. And Bane is back in this issue of The Dark Knight, the series that seems tailor-made for fans looking for sizzle in the Batman line. Bane, of course, will be in the movie this summer. However, there's not much stake, as Bane's characterization seems clunky, and Batman, likewise, doesn't have much depth. Superman and Flash also show up for this issue, which is pretty and stylish, but I felt like it doesn't come together.
Bizarre, yeah.
A little bizarre. Some unusual elements. I like Finch's art, but as a whole, this series isn't working for me right at this time.
Sweet. And then next up, Ultimate Comics Spider-Man #7 with Miles Morales is back.
That's right. Brian Michael Bendis, Chris Samney, Justin Pons, or Miles Morales still getting comfortable with Spider-Man, still pretty new at it. Turns out his father isn't thrilled that Spider-Man's back. He thinks it makes the city more dangerous. Turns out another family member has a connection to Spider-Man as well. This one maybe isn't as good either. Chris Samney does a good job filling in here on the artwork, and Bendis continues to develop Miles as a sympathetic and engaging character.
Absolutely, very cool. And then next up, Prophet #22.
This is by Brandon Graham and Simon Roy. This comic from the Extreme relaunch for Image Comics mixes all kinds of influences to make a comic that's one of the most interesting of anything coming out right now. Part heavy metal and part 90s Image, this book could end up being at the forefront of a new aesthetic for indie comics. Even if that doesn't happen, this issue is pretty cool as the Prophet character continues his quest in a strange new world.
Cool. I mean, what was your pick?
I will go with Prophet, although I also liked Ultimate Spider-Man. But Prophet from Image Comics is still part of that cool Extreme relaunch that's doing really well.
And again, with Brian Michael Bendis still on Spider-Man, great run.
Great run to pick up, exactly. So hey, come back next week. We'll have more comic book and movie news. For Kyle Roberts, I'm Matt Price. Thanks for watching.